Let me begin with a simple yet powerful idea. Success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. You see, most people go after success like it's some wild animal, chasing it, hunting it, exhausting themselves in the process. But success doesn't respond to pressure, it responds to preparation. And the key to preparation is growth. Let me share something with you today that changed my life and could change yours. Success is not to be pursued, it is to be attracted by the person you become. Now, when I first heard that, I didn't quite understand it. I thought success was something you go out and hunt down like a trophy. I figured if I worked hard enough, ran fast enough, stayed up late enough, then surely I'd catch it. But the truth is, you can chase success your whole life and never catch it, because success is not running from you. It's waiting for you to grow into it. See, here's what I learned. You don't chase success. You attract it by improving yourself. You attract it by developing skills, building character, living with intention, and becoming more valuable in the marketplace and in your personal life too. Success is like a garden. You don't beg it to grow, you cultivate it. You till the soil, plant the seeds, water it daily, and protect it from the weeds. And if you do that, if you follow the process, the harvest will come. It has to. That's the law, not my law. The law of sowing and reaping, the law of attraction. And the law doesn't play favorites. It works for anyone willing to do the work. I used to ask, where is success? Why hasn't it come yet? But I was asking the wrong question. The right question was, who do I need to become in order to attract it? That's the magic. If you want success, ask yourself this. What kind of person would success be attracted to? Would success be drawn to someone who's lazy with time? Someone who makes excuses, blames the economy, and avoids responsibility? Of course not. Success has standards, and so must we. Success is attracted to discipline. It's attracted to integrity. It's attracted to consistency, effort, and energy. When you start showing up with those qualities consistently, not just on your good days, success begins to pay attention, and eventually it comes knocking. That's the way it works. Let me put it another way. You don't get paid for the hour. You get paid for the value you bring to the hour. So if you want to earn more, grow more. If you want more influence, develop more insight. If you want more impact, build more character. You are the magnet. The beauty is, once you become the kind of person who attracts success, you don't need to chase it anymore. Opportunities start to come to you. The right people begin to show up. Ideas begin to flow. Doors that were once closed begin to open because they recognize the kind of person you are. So don't spend your life chasing things. Spend your life building you. Because when you become more valuable, the world will notice. It must. That's how attraction works. The better you get, the better your results get. And that's not philosophy, that's reality. So today, I invite you to make a decision. Don't just wish for success. Don't just hope for success. Don't even chase success. Become the person success can resist, that sips the real secret. Let me tell you something so simple it might just pass you by, but if you catch it, it could change everything. Your personal philosophy is the foundation of your entire life. Now, what do I mean by philosophy? I don't mean sitting in a library reading old books and quoting big words. I mean the way you think, the way you interpret the world, the way you make decisions, the lens you look through every single day. Here's the truth. You can't have a changed life with the same old thinking. If you want to change your life, change your philosophy. Everything else will follow. You see, most people are walking around with hand-me-down philosophies, borrowed ideas, inherited beliefs, and second-hand opinions. They've never stopped to ask, Is this way of thinking helping me or hurting me? And because of that, their life stays stuck in the same cycle. Let me give you an example. So if you're not getting the results you want in life, don't just look at the outcomes. Look at the roots. Look at how you think about success, about effort, about failure, about money. Some people say money doesn't matter. That's a philosophy. But if that's your philosophy, I promise it'll show up in your bank account. Others say success is for the lucky. That too is a philosophy, and a dangerous one, because it takes your power away. And let me tell you, nothing shifts until you do. I started feeding my mind with better ideas. I read books that stretched me. I listened to men and women who had walked the road ahead of me. I replaced one by one the limiting philosophies with empowering ones. Instead of "I can't," I started saying, "How can I?" Instead of "Why me?" I started asking, "What's the opportunity here?" Instead of blaming the world, I took responsibility. And guess what? My results started changing. Not overnight, but little by little. First in how I felt, then in how I acted, then in what I attracted. Because when you change your philosophy, you change your attitude. When you change your attitude, you change your actions. And when you change your actions, well, now we're talking about a whole new life. Ask yourself, does this thought serve me? Does it empower me? Will it move me forward or hold me back? Because here's the bottom line, friends. If you upgrade your thinking, you upgrade your life. Every breakthrough starts in the mind, and every limitation does too. So don't just live by default. Live by design. Craft a philosophy that lifts you, one that builds courage, promotes discipline, fuels ambition, and invites success. When you do that, success won't be a distant dream. It will become a natural result. Why? Because you thought your way there. And that, my friend, is the power of philosophy. Let me tell you something simple, but powerful. Something that separates the successful from the unsuccessful. It's not talent, it's not luck, it's not even intelligence, it's discipline. Discipline, my friend, is the key that unlocks every door in life. And it doesn't take a mountain of it, just a handful of small disciplines practiced every day. That's the secret. That's the magic. Now, I wasn't always a man of discipline. I used to hit the snooze button. I used to let the day slip by. I'd make a plan and then I'd make excuses. I thought motivation was enough, but I learned the hard way that motivation gets you going. Discipline keeps you growing. You see, success doesn't respond to mood. Success responds to consistency, and consistency is born out of discipline. Discipline is doing the thing you said you would do, even when the feeling you had when you said it is long gone. It's making the call when you'd rather scroll. It's opening the book when you'd rather watch TV. It's sticking to your plan, not your preference. Now, some people say, "Jim, that sounds hard." Yes, it's hard. But you know what's harder? Regret. Regret weighs tons. Discipline weighs ounces. You skip your workout today? Not a big deal. But do that for 30 days. And now your energy's low, your confidence is down, and you're wondering what happened. I'll tell you what happened. Small neglect repeated daily turned into a giant problem. But flip that around and watch the magic. Do the workout. Just 20 minutes. Read the chapter. Just 10 pages. Make the call. Just one person. Those little acts of discipline don't feel like much in the moment. But done consistently, they stack. They compound. They build a life you can be proud of. Let me give you a law. What's easy to do is also easy not to do. That's what gets most people. They don't fall because of one big failure. They fall because of 1,000 tiny ones. A missed morning, a skipped note, a broken promise to themselves. Over time, the weight adds up. Discipline is what puts you back in the driver's seat. It gives you control. And let me tell you, there's no feeling like looking at your day and knowing you were the one steering. Now let me clarify something. Discipline isn't punishment. It's permission. Permission. Permission to live the life you were designed to live. Discipline says, I care enough about my future to act today. That's self-respect. That's maturity. That's power. And you don't have to overhaul your life overnight. Just start with one area, one small daily habit. Set the alarm 30 minutes earlier. Start the day with a journal entry. Choose water instead of soda. These are not small things. These are life-shaping rituals. These are decisions of destiny. You want a better bank account? Get financially disciplined. Track your spending. Budget wisely. You want better health? Get physically disciplined. Eat better. Move more. You want stronger relationships? Get emotionally disciplined. Speak with kindness. Listen with intent. Every area of life improves with discipline. And once you get a taste of it, once you feel the power of doing what you said you would do, you won't want to go back. Because discipline creates confidence. Confidence creates momentum, and momentum, that's how mountains move. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you feel like it. That feeling may never come. You decide, you commit, and then you follow through. Day by day, inch by inch, discipline by discipline. And before you know it, you've built something beautiful, something strong, something that lasts. Not because you were lucky, but because you were disciplined. That sets the difference. And that sets the key. Let me give you a piece of advice that has the power to shape your entire future. And it's not complicated, but it is critical. Your environment matters. Who you spend time with matters. People are like elevators. They either take you up or they take you down. Spend time with people who are always complaining, blaming, making excuses. And guess what? You'll start to sound just like them. You'll start to believe what they believe. You'll adopt their habits without even realizing it. You see, environment is more powerful than willpower. You can have the best goals, the strongest plan, the sharpest focus. But if you're surrounded by people who don't believe in growth, who scoff at discipline, who laugh at ambition, eventually they'll drain you. But the opposite is also true. You start spending time with people who read books, who take action, who speak possibility, and you'll catch that fire. Their energy becomes your energy. Their ideas spark your ideas. Their vision stretches your vision. That's what happened to me. I didn't have a rich upbringing. I wasn't born with connections. But one day I got around someone who thought differently. He saw potential in me I couldn't even see. And just being in his presence made me want to rise higher. And I realized then, proximity is power. Now that doesn't mean you cut off everyone in your life. No. But it does mean you start choosing your inner circle with intention. Who has your ear? Who are you listening to on a regular basis? Who's influencing your thinking? If you're serious about success, you've got to guard your circle like a treasure. Because it is. You don't get successful in isolation. You get successful through association, through mentorship, collaboration, and conversation. Because like attracts like. Excellence attracts excellence. Growth attracts growth. And don't forget, your environment isn't just people. It's what you listen to, what you watch, what you feed your mind. If all you do is scroll, compare, and consume noise, don't be surprised when your mind feels cloudy and your ambition feels flat. Let me ask you, when was the last time you evaluated your environment? Not just the physical space, but the people, the conversations, the energy around you. Make a decision today. Start seeking out people who challenge you to grow, not settle. People who speak vision, not gossip. People who live by values, not trends. And once you find them, stay close. Learn from them. Serve them. Grow with them. Because here's the truth. You rise to the level of your environment, or you fall to it. So create an environment that demands your best. that lifts your thinking, that makes you believe again. Your future depends on it. Let me share something with you that changed the entire way I thought about success, wealth, and opportunity. It's this. You don't get paid for what you want, you get paid for the value you bring. That's the foundation of every great success story. Not what you take, but what you give. You see, the marketplace doesn't respond to need. It responds to value. You can stand on the street corner and cry out, but I need more money. I need more recognition. The marketplace says, that sits nice, but what do you have to offer? Now, I know that sounds harsh, but it's reality, and it's a powerful reality, because it puts the power back in your hands. If you want to earn more, become more valuable. If you want more influence, create more impact. It's about contribution. Success is not something you sit around and wait for. You don't wait to be discovered. You don't wait to be promoted. You go out and start solving problems. Start meeting needs. Start creating experiences people remember. You don't attract success by standing still. You attract it by stepping up. I remember my mentor telling me, Jim, if you want to be wealthy, don't focus on making money. Focus on becoming someone who earns it. That was a big shift for me. I stopped asking, what can I get? And started asking, what can I give? Because here's what I learned. When you give more than you're paid for, soon you'll be paid for more than you give. Give extra service. Go the extra mile. Make the extra call. Show up early. Stay a little later. Bring value even when it's not required. Especially when it's not required. Because that's when people take notice. And let me tell you, service, contribution, value, these are not just business principles, they're life principles. You want a better relationship? Don't ask, what am I getting? Ask, what am I giving? You want a stronger community? Be the one who contributes. Be the one who shows up. That's not always immediate, but it is inevitable. Now here's the good part. Value is something you can grow. You're not stuck with the value you have today. You can read more books, develop more skills, learn how to communicate, learn how to lead, learn how to listen. Everything you learn adds to your value, and value is what the world pays attention to. And don't wait until someone asks. That's another key. Don't wait for the opportunity to knock. Go knock on its door. And when you show up, bring something with you. Bring an idea. Bring a solution. Bring energy, enthusiasm, clarity. Be so good they can't ignore you. I promise you, if you make it your mission to deliver value in every room, every meeting, every relationship, success will come find you. Because in the end, success is not about luck. It's not about timing. It's about value. And value is something you choose to create. So make the choice. Show up to give, out-serve, out-contribute, out-deliver. Do it not just because it pays well. Do it because it builds character, because it builds trust, and because it attracts everything you've been chasing. Success always follows service. Always. Let me tell you a secret that most people never learn. Success is not built in big moments. It's built in the quiet consistency of daily effort. It's not what you do once in a while that shapes your life. It's what you do every day, without applause, without recognition, when no one's watching. Now, I used to think success was all about breakthroughs, that I'd wake up one day, have a big idea, take a bold leap, and suddenly everything would change. But life doesn't work like that. Success doesn't show up in explosions. It shows up in accumulation, in little decisions, little disciplines, little efforts, repeated over time. Let me say that again, repeated over time. You read 10 pages of a good book today, doesn't seem like much. You skip dessert tonight, no big change. You save $20 this week instead of spending it on junk. No one throws you a parade. But do that day after day, week after week, year after year, and the results are profound. See, most people underestimate the power of consistency because the results don't show up instantly. They want the six-pack now, the income now, the results now. But the truth is, success is reserved for those who can delay gratification, stay focused, and keep showing up, even when the results are invisible. You go to the gym once, you're still out of shape. You go every day for 3 months. Now something starts to change. You invest in yourself once. Nice. You invest every day. Now you're becoming someone new. Consistency creates momentum, and momentum is what builds a life. Now here's the key. Consistency isn't about perfection. You don't have to do it perfectly every time, but you do have to do it regularly. You can miss a day, just don't miss 2. You can fall off, just don't stay down. The goal isn't to never slip. The goal is to keep coming back. I've seen people with incredible talent go nowhere because they only worked hard when they felt like it. And I've seen ordinary people create extraordinary lives because they were consistent. Every day they chipped away at their goals. Every day they added one more brick to the wall. That's what builds a foundation strong enough to hold your dreams. Let me ask you, what are you doing daily that's moving you toward your goals? Not weekly, not when inspiration strikes. Daily. Do you have a routine, a system, a structure that supports your success? If not, you're not serious yet. You're just interested. And interested people dabble. Serious people build. And here's the beautiful part. Consistency is within your control. You don't need to be the smartest. You don't need to be the fastest. You just need to be the one who doesn't quit. You stay consistent, and eventually the results will come. The world will notice. The doors will open. But not because you were lucky, because you were faithful to the process. Think of the farmer. He doesn't plant a seed today and dig it up tomorrow to check if it's working. No, he plants, he waters, he protects, he waits, and eventually the harvest comes. Not because of one day of effort, but because of consistent care over time. Success is no different. So I encourage you, build your daily rhythm, set your priorities, choose the habits that serve your goals, and then show up every single day. Because something is happening. You're becoming the kind of person success can trust. And when success really sees that, it starts to move in your direction. That's the power of consistency. It's not flashy, but it's undeniable.